Are you a brand new producer that has just started their gear acquisition journey? Well, come hang out with me for a little bit. I'll give you my 2 cents on if I had to do all this all over again. What's going on, everybody? Welcome to another video. My name is Tyler Runyon. Before we begin, do me a favor, go ahead and like and subscribe, as well as follow that link in the description to DistroKid. You do get 7% off, as well as you get your music out there on all streaming platforms. We're talking Spotify, Apple, Tidal, De-Esser, you name it. You can get all your music out there. Again, 7% off. I do get a little bit of a commission out of that, and it does help me out. So you're a brand new producer, and you quickly found out that there is so much gear out there available, but how much of that gear is worth it to you as the beginner? In this video, I'm going to work with about $600, and I'm going to try to hone in on something that would be beneficial for you, but something that would also benefited me if I had to do all of this over again. There's going to be a few things that we're looking for. Again, we are working with $600. So what are we looking for per se? Well, we are looking for an audio interface. And what that's going to do is it's going to be an analog to digital to analog conversion. So that means we're talking analog gear wise, we're talking microphone, we're talking guitar cables, stuff like that, where you can physically plug in that's not computer based. On top of that, we're going to look at a microphone, just a nice, solid, decent microphone just to kind of get you going, right? We're possibly going to be looking at a MIDI controller, something that allows you to manipulate piano notes or virtual instrument notes on a MIDI controller. On top of that, we're going to get you hooked up with all the cabling that's involved with $600. So for $600, we need to start with the interface. That is going to be the brains of the operation, okay? We're not worried about the crazy top of the line gear. We just need to get something going. Focusrite, for the price, is pretty top of the line. Some of the higher end Focusrite interfaces you can kind of get pretty crazy with, and then obviously you can start breaking through some thresholds. Let's look at Focusrite's bundle. So the 2i2 I have ran. I haven't ran this one specifically. This one just came out. I have ran their previous model of the 2i2, and it's gotten me pretty far. It comes with an XLR cable. This cable right here, that one I'm kind of highlighting over here, and that's going to connect to the microphone and allow you to record audio via the microphone. Now, these two front inputs right here at the bottom, I know it's kind of hard to see. Underneath these two knobs on the left-hand side of the unit, that's going to be where you plug in your instrument cables. Comes with the USB-C connection, little microphone mount. We're going to add this to the cart. We got the bulk right here. Do we want studio monitors? Right off the get-go, you're going to get dealt with active monitors and passive monitors. So passive monitors are going to require a monitor preamp for it. We don't need that. We want built-in. So we're going to look at active monitors. And let's set our price range to $50 to $100. Right off the get-go, we're dealt with PreSonus, the Eris 3.5s. I personally have a pair of these. These are fantastic. These actually still live in my studio today. So we're going to add that. Now let's look at the cart. So we got our interface, we got our microphone, we got our headphones, we got studio monitors, and we're still under $600. Let's get a MIDI controller. Let's go the $50 to $100 range. So from here, MIDI controllers, the world is really your oyster, and it's going to come down to what type of producer you are. Are you a beat maker? Are you a composer? Who knows? Really, truly, you might not even know that answer yet. But let's start looking at just the piano style MIDI controllers. Now, really and truly, 61 key or greater, so it pretty much goes 25, 48, 61, and 88 keys. That's the number of the keys that are on the actual keyboard itself. At least a 61 is going to make your life so much easier. And with MIDI controllers, you don't have to get very fancy with it at all, because you're just trying to capture MIDI information into your DAW software, your recording software. So let's see what this Nectar does. I don't have any experience with this brand. Another thing I like about Sweetwater is they provide videos to kind of aid you with your purchase decision. We can adjust octaves. Love that. That's going to come in handy. Ooh, it comes with software. Allows you to adjust the velocity. So that's how long, if you hit a key, how responsive is that? This is the big one, velocity sensitive. When you're looking at MIDI controllers, velocity sensitive keys are going to be where it's at. That's going to pretty much be the difference of, is the note playing really, really loud off the get-go, or is it not playing at all? So what velocity sensitive keys are going to do for you is it's going to allow you to play soft. Like if you're actually playing a virtual piano, where if you're playing very, very lightly, it's going to sound very soft. And then obviously the harder you hit on those keys, the louder the notes are going to be played. Okay, so velocity sensitive is going to be where it's at. Let's add that. Okay, now let's see what we got. Man, we're at $4.99. Shoot, we got an extra $100 to spend. Oh, you see this deal right here? This is going to give you an extra virtual instrument. We're going to buy this one instead, actually, because that's going to give you a little bit of a leg up. Now let's see where we're at. We got about what? About 30 bucks, give or take. So we got a microphone here. Do we have a place to put it? No, we don't. Before we do that, here is one thing that we failed to check out. Do these monitors come with any plugs that we need to plug in the back of the interface itself? Not quite. So basically what we're looking at here is we got your power cable. We got some auxiliary cables, these red and white cables. These cables right here, these red and black ones, because you have one active and one passive monitor, meaning this left monitor powers this right monitor. So that's where this cable comes into play. And then you have an auxiliary cable. That means we need some balanced TRS cables. So balanced TRS cables, those are going to be your connection points. If you see right here with the LNR, we need those cables. So we're going to look at some 40 bucks. Okay, let's go 2 foot. I think 2 feet should be more than enough. Oh, this one's a 2-pack. Let's get that instead. Okay, now let's see where we're at. We're at 571, so we're still within our threshold. Maybe we can push it with a microphone stand. We'll do a desktop microphone stand. This one's for 14 bucks. I think that'll do it justice until we get some solid gear acquisition going. Now let's view our cart. Boom. And we saved a little bit of money. So the grand total, we stayed within our $600 budget. We're at $586.96. What you are getting from that, you're getting the Focusrite 2i2 Studio bundle. You are getting, within that bundle itself, you're getting the interface itself, a decent starter microphone, and a pair of studio headphones, studio monitors, the actual speakers itself, a 61 key MIDI controller with a plug-in package bundle. Be mindful, this bundle might be a promotion and it might not be there at the time that you decide to go search for it. We're getting a 2-pack of balanced TRS cables to plug into the interface and going to the monitors, and we're getting a mic stand. This is your basic recording studio bundle under $600. I don't think you can get better than that, guys. Obviously, you see that there's still some room to play with. And the biggest thing too is this is just something, if I was doing it all over again and with some of the knowledge that I have now and what my preferences are, what I would be looking for. Again, the biggest money saver is going to be that those bundled deals when it comes down to your audio interfaces. When you're looking at entry-level equipment, some of these interfaces do come with extra little goodies. Again, with the actual MIDI controller, okay, that's going to be up to you. I prefer having a larger piano versus having pads. I don't really run pads too much unless I have to or if I'm writing drums. You might be a different person. You might be a beat maker and you might need to rely on pads more than I ever would. But if you are going to go the MIDI piano route, I would highly suggest going a 61 key or greater. And we found one for 139 bucks. Can't beat that, right? Obviously, if you spend a little bit more, you can start fluctuating with certain things. But for less than 600 bucks, a little more than 500 bucks, you are getting everything you could ever need to get up and running. Again, this is just to get you up and running. And if you have other piece of equipment nearby, such as like an electric guitar, you can plug directly in that interface to start recording your guitars after you pick up that piece of gear. Because this does come with studio headphones, you could skip out on the actual studio monitors itself, which also means you don't have to spend on the balanced TRS cables. So you're saving $32 for the cabling and another $100 for the pair of studio monitors. We met our goal, guys. Go ahead, like and subscribe. If there's other things that you want to see in future videos, go ahead and let me know in the comments. And then let me know in the comments if this is something that you would ever purchase yourself. Until next time, guys, thank you so much for hanging out with me, and I'll see you next time.